So here's a question on borrowing from one of the past papers. In it, Niles decides to buy a scooter for 4,500, and he has two different options. The first is buying it through hire purchase, and the second is buying it using a loan from the bank. With the hire purchase, he has to pay a €350 deposit and then 30 installments of €210 each. The loan, which he might get from the bank or credit union, he borrows 4,500. Now, he's going to be paying that back over 3 years at 10.5% APR. And every year he will pay €1,500. So the loan will decrease by €1,500 every year. We have to calculate the total cost of each of the options and show our workings. So let's look at option 1. Option 1, and this is hire purchase, HP. So the first thing he will have to pay is €350 deposit. And I label them. The next thing we're going to have to figure out is how much the installments are going to be. 30 installments, and each installment will be €210. So using the calculator, 30 multiplied by 210, that gives us €6,300. So we write down here €6,300. Now we're going to add those together. Remember, those are our installments. I always like to label things so the examiner knows exactly what figures are what. So if we add those two together, 6,300 and 350, we get 6,650. And I'll put a squiggly line underneath just to draw attention to it. The next option, option 2, is the loan. With the loan, he is going to be borrowing 4,500, and in year 1 he'll be paying interest on the full principal, the 4,500. So we multiply 4,500 by 10.5%. Using the calculator, 4,500 multiplied by 10.5%. 472.5. 472 euros and 50 cent. Now, in year 2, he will have paid off 1,500 euros of his loan. So the interest we pay will be charged on 3,000 euros. He's paid off 1,500 euros. So we multiply 3,000 euros by 10.5%. The calculator again, 3,000 multiplied by 10.5%, 315. So write this down here, 315.00, just to keep it clear. In year 3, he will have paid off another 1,500 euros. So now he will only owe the bank 1,500. So he will only pay interest on that 1,500 in year 3. And that's 10.5% APR. And we'll use the calculator, 1,500 multiplied by 10.5%. 157.5. 157.50. Okay, draw a line under. We're going to add these three together. So 472.50 plus 315 plus 157.50. You can leave the 0 out, but you can put it in if you want. Equals 945. So that's the cost of credit. That's how much interest he's going to have to pay over the 3 years. So we'll just write here, cost of credit. Now we're going to have to add that to the original principal. So the principal is the original amount we borrowed. Now principal borrowed, and that was 4,500. €4,500. Put a line there, add those together, 945 plus 4500 equals 5445. 5445. And I'll put squiggly lines so the examiner can see it as well. Now, I always like to highlight this is the answer. So I'll put answer to number 1 there and the same over here, because for part 1 they wanted us to answer, find out how much each would cost. Now, part 2. In part 2 we need to talk about which option we would recommend. So I recommend, and write out a full sentence here, option 2, because well, the first reason is it is cheaper. So I'll just put a little 1 over there so you can see. Now you can do this in bullet points as well if you'd like. It is cheaper. And when you buy with a loan, you become the owner immediately. That's the second reason why I recommend option 2. So with hire purchase, when you make your final installment, you are then the owner. But with a loan, you have immediate ownership. You still owe the money to the bank, but you own the scooter immediately once you've paid the 4,500. Now the bank could take it back from you if you didn't pay the loan, but usually they're a lot more flexible. Whereas hire purchase, you only have ownership when you're fully paid, when you pay the last installment. So option 2 would be better, because if you had financial difficulties, you lost your job, the bank might be able to do a deal with you, and they would give you a better repayment schedule. Here's a similar question. You can pause the video, have a go, and the answers are in the description below.